What is up, scent heads, smell beast, and frag freaks? It's your boy. My name is Mega Dave, and this is Oh So Fraiche. Yo, what is good, Fresh fam? For everybody returning, I want to say thank you so much for being a freshie. It really means a lot, and if this is your first time here, welcome. As I said before, my name is Mega Dave. This is my channel, Oh So Fraiche. I do reviews on fragrances that I absolutely love, and I hope that you love them too. If you do, give me 2 huge, fresh thumbs up. Let me know that you love the content. Also, think about subscribing and hitting me on my bell in down below. That lets you know when I'm uploading new fragrance reviews, because who knows, could be your favorite fragrance that I review next. Today, we have a topic that I'm going to start. It's a new series, my Fresh 5 favorite fragrances that I wore for that month. So last month was February, so I'm going to go over my top 5 most worn for that month. All right, and we're going to get straight into it. These are in a particular order. I know which ones I wore the most of, so I'm going to start in the least. So what I did was took the 5 most that I wore, and then I divided those again to the least worn out of those top 5, if that can make any sense. And the number 5 fragrance that I wore the most for February 2020, Vintage Man. And for those that don't know, links will be in the description for every single fragrance that I've worn last month. I have a review for all of them, so check below if you don't. But Vintage Man is a 1994 resurrected fragrance. It's Dolce & Gabbana's Pour Homme, a fantastic fougere. It is a neroli citrus opening, very clean, very fresh, has a spicy pepper note to it also, so it keeps it very manly. It is a very nice fragrance, and thus the reason why I wore it a ton in February. So my number 5 fragrance that I wore the most of, it's a fairly new fragrance as well from Dua in their Resurrected fragrance series, especially their vintage. So definitely for those fans that do not have it or have not smelled it, check out the review. And if it's available, put this in your cart because it's fantastic. All right, my number 4 fragrance is one that I get a ton of use out of. It is a fairly new release. It is an inspiration from Parfum de Marly's Herod. And by hearing that, you guys probably already know what it is. King of Judea Attar. For those that do not know, an attar is a very, very strong concentrated oil where colognes, parfums even, still have a ton of perfumer's alcohol. This is very, very thick, very, very long-lasting fragrance that generally is applied to your pulse points. Dua being fancy, gave it a little bit of a little Dua twist, if you would, or a hashtag Dua power, and made this a sprayable attar, so you're able to apply that. Look at that monster spray. For those that have not seen my review, again, it will be down below. Definitely think you should check it out, especially for fans of Herod, if you already know what it is. If you do not, you definitely need to get your nose on this. I'm not going to do full reviews, obviously, because they're already in there. Woody, tobacco, vanilla, beast. That's all I have to say for it. It lasts forever on me. I definitely saw myself picking it up, and as I'm looking, through everything, I'm like, what am I gonna wear? I picked it. This was a accidental back-to-back one day because I picked it up and I didn't know that I tested it. Picked it up, wore it, got another compliment. My wife smelled it before I went out the door, and she's like, oh, that smells like the one from yesterday. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. So she noticed it right away. It's very distinctive, very strong. The projection is pretty good. The sillage is really what brings this to another level, in my opinion. You hit a nice pulse points. I usually do behind the ears, and this one I hit wrist and I dab it. That's all I do. 1, 2, wrist, and then I hit 1 front shirt, so it kind of can stick on clothes. It's still on that shirt, I'm sure, even though it's been washed a few times. But this thing puts out like a whore on prom date, and that's all I'm gonna say. It's easy. But that's why it got so much use. It is so sexy. It is very unique. It's very long lasting. That's why it was number 4, my most worn, February 2020. All right, getting into my number 3, most worn fragrances for February 2020. It is one that's been around for a very long time. It is an inspired expression of MDCI Parfums' Invasion Barbar, and it is the mega hit from Dua, Invasion of the Barbers. Nothing needs to be said about this. It is a very sexy, reminiscent fougere fragrance, classic barbershop scent in every single way. It lasts a very long time. It is super sexy. It has that lavender and creamy vanilla gorgeous, high quality shaving cream that I absolutely grab for very, very quickly. When I'm looking for something, the bottle stands out pretty quickly the way that I have them organized, and I just see myself reaching for this a bunch, especially me being in the cooler weather where I am. This thing pushes through, it lasts, it has that vibe to it, makes me feel like a gentleman when I wear it. So I put it on, I feel really well, and I know it's gonna last and stick through this cold weather. So that's why it's one of my most worn fragrances for February, Invasion of the Barbers. All right. Getting to my second most worn fragrance for February. Number 1 and number 2 were literally decided by one single wearing. It was the only difference between the two. I was grabbing for this one almost as much, obviously, and I was very excited to get it. For those that do not know, this was a 1997 Resurrected series fragrance from Jean-Paul Gaultier La Malle, Do a Man, aka David's fragrance. It's a beast. It projects, it's long lasting, it has a fantastic sillage. The scent profile is amazing. Almost everybody loves it. There's not much bad that can be said about this other than it's sold out. But it will be coming back. It was brought back again. It's going to sell out quick. I would recommend you guys and girls, if you want to wear it, to get it quickly because it's going to sell out. It is one that is a newer fragrance. It's going to get even better, as I mentioned in my video, and Sam from Dua has already said that as well. Definitely needs to be in your repertoire. Definitely needs to be in your rotations because it's going to get a lot of play. In this cold weather that I'm having, no problem slicing through negative degrees. It's going to have no problem when spring gets here, cooler summer nights. Wear this in summer if you want. It may get too cloying, but maybe just go 1, 2, maybe. This one is a nuclear bomb that I can only see going into almost 24 hours in the future. So this one, really, really easy grab for me. I just was super excited to have it. Maybe nostalgia hit me. Maybe it just was mental games played by Sam. I'm watching you. But I just reach for it a bunch. I have a ton, like I said, and I just grab. And this one, for some reason, was like a magnet to my hand. It just kept coming in my hand. That's why it was my second most worn in February. But it definitely is not my most worn. Obviously, by one wearing, this one fragrance, which is very, very new as well, took me by surprise, caught me way out of left field, and hit me across the face with a super sexy apple bomb. It is based off of Parfum de Marly's Leighton. Yep. Royal Chariot Attar. Those that do not know, as I said, it's based off of Parfum de Marly's Leighton, but with a twist, a Chicano twist. The Attar added to this thing. So imagine Leighton, which was very good on me. I was 6 to 7 probably. Take that Attar twist and add longevity 12 plus. You got it. You're taking the fantastic notes of the Leighton, extending them. So that opening, where probably would dry down within an hour, hour and a half, you're getting absorbent amount of the opening that lasts very, very long. And it's pushing and pushing. It's actually my scent of the day again. It was a very cool day today. I wanted something that can refresh me, make me feel very sexy. This does every single time. Every single time I wear this thing, I get a compliment. I'm gonna be re-updating my most complimented fragrance because this thing, every single time, like clockwork, I get some type of compliment where I go because of its projection. It screams loud just like the Do a Man does, but completely different scents. So if you're looking for one that you can trust, I'm sure a lot of you got this because it sold out again, and it's going to come back and it's going to sell out again. So I definitely would recommend for you guys and girls that want to try it, get it quick. I'll let you guys know as soon as I know when it's available again on restock. Snatch it up, try it out, wear it. You're going to love it. I promise you. So that's all I have for you guys for my most worn fragrances of February. Let me know down below in the comments. What did you wear all February? What was your number 1 favorite? What was your number 2? What are you most excited for with all these new releases coming up as well? I want to know down in the comments. Let me know. It's my favorite thing. I love going on every morning, checking out what people have written. I respond back to everybody that I see. If I've missed yours, I apologize, but I try to get back to everybody that I see. It's my favorite part of my day, checking, talking with my fans, Dua family, my YouTube family, all you guys. I love you guys so much. And until I come to you again, be blessed and stay fresh.
We got shorties on the floor. We got niggas by the bar. We got